Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, we are in the Legacy series, comic book series, written by John Ostrander, and today I'm going to go over issues 41 through 46. Well, a lot is going on in our galaxy. Rogue Squadron is on a mission to help some of the Mon Calamari refugees. They're teaming up with the Mon Calamari Rangers, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but the Rogue Squadron has been a part of this series since almost the very beginning. When we first see the Galactic Alliance, Rogue Squadron comes into the picture. Now, you want to get excited, right? Because you've seen Rogue Squadron before. Rogue Squadron's very popular. Got even more popular thanks to Stackpole and Aaron Alston's book series. And so I understand where Dark Horse was going here, and John Ostrander wanted to say, hey, years, decades into the future, they're still a faction. But you're never really pulled in or excited about Rogue Squadron as you were back then. Rogue Squadron is really Wedge and Tilly's. I know later on Jaina gets to run Rogue Squadron. They have a bunch of secondary, second generation people on the team. Ray Squadron never felt the same either in Mercy Kill. Just didn't, it was a nice team, but it felt like the B Squad. And that's kind of how I felt about, Jaina's Rogue Squadron or the later Rogue Squadron installments. They just weren't as good as the originals. Well, this one's even more farther removed from those originals, and they seem less authentic. And you're not as excited as you are. Now, the Mon Calamari Rangers supposed to be the best of the best too, and we saw them featured in an earlier series against the Sith Leviathan, but I was never interested in them either. I know these are characters that John Ostrander put a lot of thought into. He didn't just label it Rogue Squadron and say, oh, they'll automatically love it. He tried to put characters around these people, but to be honest, they're very forgettable, and you're just not as excited as you used to be when you see Rogue Squadron in the picture. So what's going on with Cade and his group? Well, remember that pirate Rav? He's back and he offers Cade a job. Cade's taking jobs around as the galaxy is trying to fight off Darth Krayt. Cade's still kind of living his side life too. By the way, I think at this point the Jedi have joined the Galactic Alliance. They've come out of hiding and they've lent a hand to the battle. So the battle's heating up between the galaxy versus Darth Krayt. But meanwhile, Cade has to go on a little adventure, and this is why I mentioned in the last video, they kind of talk about Cole's father and his lifelong dream of de-Vongifying. Vong are not considered friendly. A lot of people still hate Vong for what they did to their worlds decades, a whole 2 generations ago. And so this was his life dream to kind of cure planets, and so they kind of go into a little bit more into that past and what happened. Cade and his group get stuck on a Vong world. They had to fight off a Vong infested flora and fauna planet. Everything's super dangerous. All those flowers are dangerous. Look out, man-eating plants and whatnot. And that's interesting. And again, I love the throwback to New Jet Order. And yes, it could be that I'm biased because I love New Jet Order. And so anything having to do with it or revolve around that type of world or the Vong culture, I'm honestly going to be attracted to it right off the bat. But I did think it was an interesting story and a pretty good story. Again, I have to mention that John Ostrander, my hat's off to him. He really shined. In my opinion, even though I guess I can go ahead and give final thoughts here now, the series as a whole is probably John Ostrander's best work. And folks, you know me. I've been singing his praises for the past couple of years on any comic book series he's ever done. But to be honest, probably his best was Legacy, just because it has so many connections to the expanded universe. And I'm all about those connections. All right, well, we are almost at the end of this series. So what happens in the final 4 issues? Well, I'll talk about those next time in another video.